Black men power, black woman power, black child power. It's KLX King, Leon X, the Human Liberator, UBVOA, with episode 38. This is episode 38 of Take Charge of Your Life, Take Charge of Your Mind, Take Charge of Your Day, Take Charge of Your Mental Attitude. Right? In order to have more, we must become more. Right? Don't wish it was easier, wish you was better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom to deal with the challenges. Today is Monday, January 23rd, 2017, and this is Take Charge of Your Life, episode 38. Hopefully y'all had a marvelous weekend, because I'm getting right to it this week. Alright, personal productivity is continuing to be our theme, and we are still focusing on principles of personal achievement. Last week we were talking about assembling a pleasing personality. This week we're going to be talking about self-discipline. Alright, we're going to talk about self-discipline. Right, we know that self-discipline, complete self-discipline, is one. Yo, hey, what's up, Ms. Brown? Yo, check this out. I gotta interrupt the video, right? Because that's so funny, because that's the first comment, right? Because I had twist my joint, and I took these twists out today. I'm rocking a little twist out. And I was just like, yo, somebody gonna be on my video like, yes, hair. Like, I feel you what you saying, KLX, but your crown. And thank you for proving me right. But anyway, this what it looked like, right? But anyway, I just had to do that. I just had to give you, since you did mention, you feel me? Let's do a link check real quick. You feel me? But anyway, we talking about assembling a pleasing personality this week. Last week, that's what we was talking about. This week, we are talking about complete self-discipline, right? Self-discipline, what does that mean, right? How do we begin to master the negative habits that stand in the way of our success? All right, again, none of my Take Charge of Your Life videos will mean anything to you if you have not clearly decided your definite major purpose. If you haven't done the 7 steps to plan out your life, if you haven't clearly decided what you want in your health, what you want in your relationships, what you want in your finances, what you want in your family structure, what you want in your social contribution, what you want in your legacy, what you want in your recreational life, what do you want to see, what do you want to be, who do you want to become, what do you want to have, what type of things do you want to experience, what do you want to see happen. If you haven't clearly decided those things, clear enough to write them down, then thanks for viewing, but you're not as serious as you think you are, and these words might not help you as much as they could if you did have that burning desire to succeed, the burning desire to take charge of your life, the burning desire to make sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that you have taken every precaution necessary to free yourself and free your family from these invisible chains of westernized imperialism and capitalism. Anyway, we're talking about self-discipline today, right? We know that as defining wealth holistically, we know that sound health, positive mental attitude, freedom from fear, capacity for faith, hope for future achievement, wisdom to understand people, willingness to share one's blessings with others, right? Labor of love, material riches of our own choice and quantity, all of these are parts of wealth. These are all parts of wealth, including complete self-discipline. Complete self-discipline is a principle of personal achievement, and it's also one of the 12 types of enduring riches. And so this is what we're covering this week, all right? And so, again, self-discipline, right? Dr. Umar Duffy said discipline is that willingness to do what you know that needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Right? Napoleon Hill defines self-discipline as the mastery of the negative habits that stand in your way of success. The mastery of the negative habits that stand in the way of your success. Self-discipline is also the development and the enforcement of the positive habits that will ensure, the good life. And good life, like I said, the good life includes, like I said, I'm going to go again, positive mental attitude has a list. Peace of mind, freedom from fear, freedom from worry, a labor of love, harmony in your human relationships, hope for future achievement, complete self-discipline, wisdom to understand people, willingness to share one's blessings with others. Right? These are all part of the good life, and these are directly related to complete self-discipline. All right, lack of discipline leads to frustration, discouragement, worry, ill health, and a whole other flock of evils and things that undesirable results. So when we examine our life, we know that we live in a world of cause and effect. We live in a world of cause and result. All right, we know that our current reality, we take responsibility for where we at right now, and our current circumstance. And we know that if we would have thought different things and done different things in the past, we would be in a completely different situation today. Period. Flat out. Point blank. You are where you are right now because of your past thoughts, actions, and decisions. Your character and destiny is already pre-planned based on your habits, based on your intentions, based on your belief system. Your destiny is determined. So if you want, and if you look at what your life is right now and you keep on doing what you're doing, is that leading you towards abundance in the good life, or is that heading you towards confusion, frustration, worry? Is that heading you towards, I don't know where it's heading me towards? If you don't know where you're heading, any road will take you there. People like me are very clear, very strategic, very specific, very direct in the things that I pursue. All right? And so what we're talking about is self-discipline, the mastery of all the negative habits, all the negative forces that stand in the way of your success, and the development and the enforcement of the positive habits to achieve your definite major purpose. Come on with it. So now we're going to go into areas and things one must exercise self-discipline in. All right, I'm going to just go through the list. I don't know how, let's see, it's 8. Yeah, it's 8 different things on this list. I might do today, tomorrow, and the next day on self-discipline. But anyway, this is the first thing that we must exercise self-discipline in. Gain mastery of your tongue. Gain mastery of your tongue by acquiring the habit of thinking first and then speaking after you're sure what you say will benefit you and not injure others. Loose tongue is man's greatest liability. So let's say right here. This is the first. Notice how this heads the list. Notice that all I'm doing is transferring some information from you. Remember, all I do in my Take Charge of Your Life videos is just transfer information that I learned years and years ago that I've applied in my life, transformed my life, transformed my being, have produced specific deliberate results, and are continuing to produce specific deliberate results. And I experience a holistic, fulfilled life. And so when I go through these things, this is not something that I just read yesterday. It's something that I read or I learned or I wrote down in my notes years ago. And I decided it would be great for me to share this type of information with the people, because these are the things, this is the dedication. This is the look, this is a success and self-help book. I started on February 11th, 2013. The first thing it says, today I begin a new life. That's what it says. Today I begin a new life. It says, today I commit to my goals. Today I eliminate all excuses and or good reasons. I know that failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Today I commit to developing my relationship with my highest self. As I grow spiritually, I will raise in consciousness, and with a direct connection to infinite power and infinite intelligence, I am sure to multiply my value 100-fold. Yo, this is before I ever say anything about Black Power. I always before I ever became UBVOA, before I was even Leon X, when I was still carrying my slave master's last name. When I didn't even know that it was that. I was still deliberate. I was deliberate in my intentions and in my study and my self-development. You feel me? I was deliberate. This is I mean, come on, hours on hours on hours. Look, remember when I covered this? Look, I took a whole week to cover this. I took a whole week to cover this point for y'all. And I believe 2 weeks ago in Take Charge of Your Life. Writing out your life in 7 steps. You see, this whole book, I spent years and years, right? I spent years studying, watching lectures, multimillionaires, power structure people, people who started poverty, modest means, and achieved their life's desires, and have been known for teaching, training, and developing other people to go from poverty or scarcity mentality to abundance. You see, and so I have way more self-help books than this because I'm committed to learning and development. This is just, excuse me. This is just what I'm choosing to speak out of in my Take Charge of Your Life videos. All right, just this book, because I've been these concepts and ideas have been in my spirit. I've been able to apply these things for 3-4 years now. And if you knew anything about who I was, if you knew anything about the type of person that I was, then you will see that clearly that person is no longer here. Fam, that person is dead. That person is long gone, never to return. And I've been transformed, born again. I've been transformed by the renewing of my mind. I am living the resurrection. So if you were one of these people out there who I might have encountered in my days of lower vibrational activities, and I might have robbed you, or I might have beat you to a bloody pulp, or I might have did some other disharmonious act towards you, you know, it is what it is. Hey, I didn't know who I was then. You know, I don't make any apologies or any excuses for my actions, because I know that all of the things that I did, all of the things that I've done, make me exactly who I am today. And if any of those experiences were altered in the slightest bit, then I wouldn't have the compassion, I wouldn't have the drive, I wouldn't have the determination to right my wrong, to right so many wrongs, to restore righteousness back on the planet, because I know what unrighteousness is. I know what unrighteousness looks like. I know what unrighteousness feels like. You see? So anyway, yeah, it's KLX, UBVOA. We still episode 27 or 38. Take Charge of Your Life, and we still talking about self-discipline. And so for that point, because I got off topic, I got off tangent, I was giving y'all some more so who is King Leon X versus the actual principles that transformed me from LJ into King Leon X, from Leon Michael LaFleur Jr. to Zareb Abrafo Olabode. It was a deliberate transition. Alright? So anyway, so the first thing that we must exercise self-discipline in is mastering our tongue, right? Acquiring the habit. We have to make this a habit of thinking first, then speaking after we're sure what we say will benefit, not only will benefit us, but not injure others. Loose tongue is man's greatest liability. How often do we just, I'm guilty of it myself, how often do we just say back or just speak right back before we reflect, before we actually think through, our response, what they could say in response to what we're saying, and then how we gonna respond to that? How often do we just blurt out some shit unprepared for any deeper questions, unprepared for any follow-up, or any follow-through? So we must exercise self-discipline, not only in mastering our tongue, so not offending others, but understanding how powerful words are, what words actually are, the vibrations that they carry. How do we turn our ideas into physical things? How can I eat healthy in my home if all my girl buy is boxed frozen food and canned food? Well, it's like this, G. If you want, it's like this, Tyrone. So you can't tell queens what. Alright, hold up. My timer just went off, so I got like 1 or 2 minutes left. But I'm gonna answer your question real quick. We can't tell queens what to do, bro. All we gotta do, only thing that we can do is become the type of only thing that we can do is become the type of person that inspires our women and children to act in a certain way. You feel me? So how can you eat healthy? You can begin to infect her mind with certain information that will get her to think a certain way. But it's only through your example and your consistency and your persistence of this message. How serious is that to you? Is it? Are you saying, yo, I see that health is important to me, but I'm going to use my queen as a deflection of why I will choose not to consume what I feel like I should consume? So I'm not sure how serious of the question we're asking. Are we saying that our queen is the reason why we are consuming what we're consuming? Or are we saying that we choose to consume what the queen buys? And how do we get her to buy other things that are more healthy? You see, and so it's important. It's important for us to really, like I said, become the type of person that we speak about. Become the type of person that models. Become the type of person. There's no loopholes to manhood. You feel me? There's no loopholes to manhood. There's no loopholes to womanhood. There's no loopholes to righteousness. There's no loopholes to becoming your greatest version. There's no loopholes to spiritual ascension. There's no loopholes to righteousness. There's no loopholes to becoming a self-made millionaire. There's no loopholes to the good life. All right? There's no loopholes. And if you think you found one, go ahead, try it. You're gonna end right up in the back of the line. We ain't out here looking for loopholes. We out here starting from scratch. We out here turning our ideas into physical things. We out here taking responsibility for our lives. We out here taking responsibility for the space that we occupy. We out here reading books. We out here expanding our mind and our awareness. We out here learning more. We out here becoming more. We out here inspiring a generation to fall madly in love with themselves and make integrity-based decisions. You feel me? It's King Leon next. We're going to be talking about self-discipline all week. Alright? I only got through one point, which was gaining the mastery of your tongue, right? But this, come on, let's sit on that. We could just sit on that all day. Gaining the mastery of your tongue by acquiring the habit of thinking first, then speaking after you're sure what you say will not only benefit you, but also won't injure others. I learned from Lisa Nichols. She said that successful people, abundant thinkers, she said we're not responsible only for our actions. She said, Lisa Nichols said, we're not just responsible for our actions, but we're responsible for our reactions. Abundant thinkers are responsible for their reactions. Not only am I responsible for my actions, I'm responsible for my responses to you, to the world, to hard times. I'm not just responsible for my actions, I'm responsible for my reactions. I'm not just responsible for my words, I'm responsible for what I don't say as well. So take some of that shit in, you feel me? It's King Leon next. I'm like 18 minutes in. Let me see. Let me press the button. 18:34 in. I can never really stop a goddamn at 15 minutes. But yeah, this is episode 38. Take charge of your life. You feel me? Hopefully y'all have a rest of a marvelous, magnificent, motivated, money making, magical, mega Monday. You feel me? And yo, Ham, what up? Ham Jordan, let me check these comments though. Diva Dennis, what up? I ain't never seen you in here before. You feel me? Yeah, shout out. Yo, I'm here every day, midday. You feel me? Self-mastery, self-motivation. Comments is going crazy today. T-Mac, hey, mastery, what's up? Brandon Banks, hey, peace, family. Oh, I gotta shout out Miss Brown one more time. She be holding it down consistently on a daily basis. She be in this journal getting these good vibe power words, and it keep me inspired. But yo, you just got put on. Yo, yeah, make sure y'all start inviting y'all friends to these videos too, because like I said, I ain't never stopping. This episode 38. But yo, stay grateful. Don't follow me, follow your dreams.